You poor unfortunate souls. Yes, there's no Dave. There is no Worldmind. It is just us who are presenting you the latest episode of Starfleet Academy.
Wait. You can do a much better introduction than that.
What?
Come, it's us.
It's us. Yes, the adults aren't here. Or I guess in my case, I'm not the adult and I'm supposedly running this ship. The inmates are running the asylum, especially this inmate here. I'm Jaemeel Robinson. And here to present you the latest episode of Starfleet Academy. I'm here joined by Millard.
Hello.
And Adam Woodward.
Hey, guys.
We're going to do this thing. Folks, I don't know if this is your first time ever having the podcast run by me, a review. It is like a bear driving a car with his butt and prepare for a bumpy ride. So let's have it. Any thoughts before we start? General feelings about this episode?
Ashley, you start because I think we're going to be similar tonight.
I think there were some things that they tried to do that would have been fantastic had they executed it better.
That's way more kind than I'm going to be. First, let me say that I actually made notes because this is an all-time low, honestly. First of all, if I can just start by saying the episode last week, which I didn't get to review with you guys, was fantastic. I think it was one of the best storytelling, best character development episodes I've seen in some time. And I'm going to Strange New Worlds or season 3. It was a fabulous episode, and I thought, wow, maybe this is, you know what, the Academy is actually being a pleasant surprise until tonight. And for me, I think that they took a great idea to pay homage to Deep Space Nine and Avery Brooks and Captain Sisko and blew it. And I don't appreciate the episode at all. I don't like all the animation stuff, and we can talk more about that in a minute. But this is exactly what I was worried about when we saw the 90210 poster for this series, and it really came home tonight. How about you, Jaemeel?
Okay. This episode was a struggle. But I'll try to be positive in general for the sake of moving things along. I feel like, as we talked about in previous episodes, Sam as a character is very coded as being autistic, really, and I don't necessarily think that the presentation of this episode did any favors in terms of being subtle about that characterization. At the same time, I do appreciate the ambition of the episode. I just feel like the writer's room and the production staff, especially when trying to establish the tone of this series, was ill-equipped to handle such a topic at this juncture. And so the elements, the thought behind it, I think is beautiful. But once again, the presentation and how it was communicated to us as the audience did not do a good job. This should have been more of a Sam episode, not a Sam Sisko episode. So we'll see how it goes in terms of ratings. What has happened during the episodes that reviews have occurred, my ratings have changed while doing the review. So we'll see how it goes, if it goes up or down. But let's start off with a little picture story, as they say. So here you go. The episode starts off with it clearly details that this is a Sam episode. We get the voiceover We get the very kind of childish storybook, uh, collage type of
Can I,
immediately detailed to us. Adam,
one point there too. You just said childish, but so I had it on my laptop in the other room, and my sister was doing some stuff in the kitchen, and she was listening, and she goes, "Why are you watching a kid show? It sounds like a child, like a kid telling you a first person story." So, and she doesn't watch this or any Star Trek, so it was just interesting to get that point.
Well, she's right, because this is the type of story method, story style that is used to kind of communicate to a child. Um, you know, if it was like a teen story or even like a young adult, it'll be the something happens and it's a freeze frame, and it's like you kind of wonder why I'm here in this situation. Well, let me tell you what happened, and then it reverses back. You see that trope all the time. That is for an older crowd. This is for a much younger crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So so
did you catch the writer, by the way? The writers
of this episode is, I know, Tawny Newson.
Mm-hmm.
And then I forget who the second person was.
Doesn't really matter, but I was disappointed, honestly. I thought it would be,
well, not every single story that comes from a writer that you like is going to be great.
I agree.
Once again, like, even though they might be the head writers of the episode, these shows have writers' rooms.
Yes, they do.
And it's not like everyone else isn't watching. Kristen Breyer, right? Is that from SNL? Kristen Breyer?
I have to check.
Okay.
I don't
know. So I don't lay a lot of these conversations at the feet of just the one writer. It's the entire writer's room, honestly, that's to blame.
And showrunners. I mean, they're the ones that greenlight. Like the writer's room can come up with all sorts of ideas they want, but when it comes down to it, the showrunners and producers are the ones who go, "Yeah, that's a great idea."
Yep.
Coming back to Kristen Breyer, there, she was a writer on Discovery and Picard. Oh, she was a co-creator and executive producer of Picard. Oh my God, how do we not know her name?
Oh, that's why this was a terrible episode.
Well, there you go. Tell us how you really feel, Ashley.
We all know how I feel about Picard.
Yep.
So we have Sam. She's kind of in her element. You kind of see her interacting with the different, individuals in the school. We see the different races that are at play there. And, as she's talking about the uniqueness of the individuals that there, but she is supposedly in this school a one of one. And
I think that what this scene actually did well is that she talked about all the uniqueness of all the different species, but it really came back to she is a race of one, and she's very unique. A story about me.
Yeah, but is she really unique with the doctor there present as well?
No.
And
like she's the first one that's not created by humans that's there at the Academy, but she's still essentially the same as the Doctor. And she's not a race of one. There's a whole planet of them.
Yes. But a race of one at the Academy.
Yes.
Yes. So, bright and cheery as ever. We see more people. There's a lot of stuff. She introduces herself. So this kind of does seem like a reintroduction of the character, because she's more of a different element than others, for people to conceptually wrap their heads around, especially if you're thinking about new viewers who might be very new to Star Trek. An alien who's just an alien is pretty straightforward. Majority of them look humanoid or even act with a humanoid lens. Sam is different in terms of how she's being presented and how she's portrayed.
So after last week's episode, I expected now we're going to start seeing backstories of others, right? So we saw Jaden last week. And so this opening wasn't awful just yet. But
I disagree.
it was about to turn any second now.
Did it turn here?
From the moment,
Yes.
from the moment it was the story about me and that cartoonish writing, I was irritated.
Okay.
Yeah, I can understand
I'm
that.
still hopeful, Ashley, at this point, because I am ever the optimist. But okay,
I thought that they were going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting to get me back into this, because once again, like this whole talking to the camera, breaking the fourth wall thing in Star Trek.
no.
If it's in a personal log, that's different. But like just talking to the camera itself, I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
So we see Sam dancing. Cool. Sam goes into detail about her home world. Once again, the way it's written is like it's very infantile.
Yeah, it's like a preteen diary.
Yeah. I'm surprised they showed a little bit of reluctance in there wasn't more stickers or animals in the corners or doodles. So
yeah,
way to go. Talking, defining terms so that as it's used throughout the series, you will know the difference between a photonic body that she has, hologram. Interesting fact, Caden, throughout this episode, is rocking the skirt. I don't know if anyone else picked up on that.
Oh.
I did. I don't really care.
No,
Yeah,
it's more of they didn't make a big deal of it throughout this entire episode. He's wearing it.
Yeah, I noticed.
So I just thought that was interesting.
You didn't even change to go to the bar.
I didn't notice it. I'm used to it from TNG, so.
But it's felt like it's been a while since we've seen it been used.
Well,
I don't remember anyone in Picard.
No, we did see it in season, I think episode 1 or 2. Maybe it was 2.
Of Starfleet Academy. But in Picard, was there anything?
But, no.
And
I mean, the only time we really we did go to the Academy in Picard in season 1. I don't remember that it being a thing. But like it seemed to be the Academy in season 1 of Picard was much more strict and regulated,
Yeah. Okay. So we're introduced to that there might be a budding kind of relationship, or not even just a relationship, because this is from her point of view. So from Sam's point of view. So it might be something where she has a kind of a crush on what's his name? Not Mike. I always forget his name. What is his name? Is it Ocam?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ocam. So we're detailed what kind of position she is in terms of her race. That she's the emissary, kind of putting the building blocks of what the connection is as she investigates the Cisco. She's finding her place and what that role means. Once again, term organics, physical body. So we kind of see some you know, college life. This time we see a kind of a prank. They're using the term, so you're learning about different terms that they use. So like, what do they call it? Class one, not class one. Priority one. They use the term priority one to mean like a dare or something that you can't pass up, or something that has to be held in importance to be done. So there is a priority one, dare to eat this food that consists of a hash that has different elements in it. Um, and we learned that, was it Darum? I'm learning everyone's name. Darum, yes, I was right. Darum, his race cannot properly digest bananas. It instantly rots in their body, which leads to him, having uh, not a good time. I do like things like this popping up, which will involve you to go back and read up and look at the little fun facts that they have. Uh,
I don't mind this at all, actually, and I want
yeah,
to be clear. Like when I made the reference to 90210 earlier, it's not. It probably was misinterpreted. I don't mind these are kids. So what are you going to expect? We're going to see this kind of thing. So I don't mind it. Actually, I thought it was pretty interesting when he puked.
yes.
I hated that.
Oh, really?
Why would they make him puke glitter? Why would that be a defining characteristic of this species? Like,
well, actually, I'm going to see if I can find what that says. Actually, it did say about his culture, that part. So let me find if I can find it.
I understand when we all use the term 90210 or Felicity or any of those type of school teen dramas. At the same time, I think that we look at those shows with we paint them all with the same brush. 90210, despite the melodrama that was there, a lot of the things were taken very seriously, right? Dylan and Brenda moving was a serious thing and not something that was to be taken lightly, being introduced to a different world in terms of Beverly Hills. Even Dawson's Creek had a level of seriousness that was always present in the background, and that's why when jokes made, they didn't necessarily need to be a belly laugh, but it provided levity to the situation. I find that this show does not know that balance and has not presented a level of seriousness that needs to be consistent. So when a joke occurs, it lands better and it stands out, right? A Sam-centered episode is too goofy, especially when you're trying to establish a tone.
Yeah, it's a goofy Sam episode would be fine, I think, if they weren't also tying it into this kind of dark story of Cisco and Deep Space Nine. The tones don't match. Like, they're trying to tell this story about Cisco, and then they're puking glitter. And it doesn't hit. Like, it doesn't. All of these jokes that they made in Lower Decks were hilarious in Lower Decks, but in Starfleet Academy, they're just not working, and they're doing it too often.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it last week on the last episode.
And that's why the last episode was better, because there wasn't a lot of that. The episode previous to that was worse than this episode. It was awful.
That was the Bajoran episode.
For that, it was...
No, that was the team episode.
No,
sorry. The team battle episode.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to disagree. You have Sam throughout the episode. Sam's asking questions, and these questions are being presented. Some of it seems a level of sentience that Sam's supposed to have. These questions shouldn't even, like, these aren't the questions that she should be asking. Like, she knows what food is. She knows what Starfleet is. It is what does food feel like or taste like, or like what is the connection between the individual and food? Why is Starfleet important at a personal level? Something that can't necessarily be written down or just easily explained. Like that feeling, that understanding, that's what needs to be investigated. And this is just really surface level. What is sleep? Right?
Yeah, like she's basically a computer. Like, what are we doing here? She knows all of this stuff. She can answer all of this stuff. This makes no sense.
Why do you get hungry?
Yeah, okay, all right. You're just making me mad.
I could feel the rating just keep dropping.
As I see these little stupid words in the bubbles, I'm getting angry and angrier, because I think at the time I just glossed it over because it was going quickly. But now as they're hanging up there on the screen for, oh my God.
Adam, you're gonna have to suffer with me. I watched this twice. Okay.
Oh, what? Oh, you had to do the screenshots.
I finished watching the episode and then I got the call and I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. It took me a tough time the second time around. So periodically throughout this episode, we get Sam who is having like an aside, like a connection to her homeworld, to her makers, who were introduced to as this kind of light energy that she sees and other people can't. Like there's like an aside, a pause. Everything else stops and she's able to communicate, and she's being judged in terms of how well she's doing her mission, which is to find out if the the non-photonic beings,
the organics,
the organics, right? If they can be trusted again, as they look to possibly reach out and truly, communicate and blend with that, yeah.
Do you remember? You guys might remember it, but Mork and Mindy.
Yes, yeah. Mork from Mork.
Mork calling Orson. This is what reminded me of that when So what did you learn this week, Mork? Mork. It was this whole reporting back to the collective kind of thing. It really reminded me of that.
I don't necessarily have a problem with this being presented, but my mind, I feel like I'm making an internal type of canon that I know I'm going to be disappointed in the end.
I want to know where the disconnect was. Why wouldn't they know about organics? They were created originally by organics in the style of organics. They used to know exactly what organics wanted. They were literal, like that's what the holodeck was. It was fulfilling your desires. I don't understand why all of a sudden they're like, tell us what makes them tick. They should know that's what they were created for. So what happened? That now they don't know anything about humans.
I understand where you're going, because the way that they detail it is exactly what you said. They said that their makers left and they were left to their own devices. They evolved and they created a new, individuals like Sam themselves.
Yes.
But do they not remember? Like, was there like something that happened where they don't remember their previous masters at all? Like, for a species like that, they shouldn't. It shouldn't be like, oh, it's been so long, I forgot. Me as a computer have forgotten what it was like. That disconnect doesn't. That's a disconnect I can't reconcile.
They don't know about organics, but she knows exactly who the doctor is. It doesn't make sense. She knows about his mission on Voyager, but they don't know about organics. Like, it doesn't compute for me.
Weren't they just asking whether they can be trusted? I thought Okay, what you guys are talking about, I missed. I'm just thinking they were saying, can they be trusted as?
Well, but they're also like they're asking, like she's trying to figure out what it's like to taste food to tell them.
Well, I don't know why they're doing that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and you see the question there popping up, right? You know, wasn't the whole purpose to figure out if they can trust the physical life forms? One can argue also that photonics need to comprehend organic after they gain sentience.
But why don't they go to the doctor then?
Yeah,
You would think, or do they feel like he is like?
In fact, as I said that, I think this episode would be much better if they worked together. If there was some kind of collaboration between the two of them. But anyway, that's not the way it went.
Yeah, like I just
if there was some kind of like, we don't trust the doctor, he's been with the you know, the organics for too long, we don't know if he's compromised in some sort, and it is alluded that the doctor has something that has kind of not necessarily changed him, but something that you feel from certain episodes when he confronts Sam nearing the end, that there's something more that is not being said that he has had to deal with during the course of his time away from, you know, Voyager and other missions. Let's just leave it as that. And that seems interesting. But once again, I felt that it would be more interesting to cover that, have a Sam and Doctor episode, as opposed to involving, you know, being an emissary and the Cisco. Once again, it's too early for that. We're still establishing characters, and I don't think it was able to do it justice. Let's keep going on. So we see that she's in music class. What is this called? The theremin. Okay. She gets questioned by her teacher about what it means and how it makes her feel, which she struggles to answer. You know, we have some more hijinks with War College and Starfleet Academy.
Okay, again, this is starting to get to me too. It doesn't make sense.
Also, I'm going to put this up. This would make sense if she didn't, at the very beginning of this season, ask the doctor to be her mentor. Like, she was going after him all excited and doing that, but if she was afraid of him because they weren't sure of outside influence, that makes no sense.
Yeah. So that's
why I'm confused by this episode, because she seemed so into the doctor at the beginning.
We'll read it out for our listeners. That's Xenocore.
Oh yeah, sorry.
One states she is from an isolationist alien culture. She is born from that mindset. I would expect an outside influence wouldn't immediately be trusted, despite the similar heritage. But once again, that is us making like canon for the show. Whereas, as Ashley stated, first thing Sam did was go to the doctor and say that she wanted him to be a mentor. There should have been a little bit of more like apprehension there, and that would have been something that could have been delved upon in an episode like this.
It's like they made her her character wrong, because if she was there truly to find this out about him, wouldn't she be like, they made her a very light character, honestly. She's the comedy relief, honestly, at this point. Yeah. And like she's there. What is her purpose there again? Like, to be at the Starfleet Academy?
To be apparently learning all about the organics and seeing if they can be trusted.
Well, okay, then she's already learned that. They've accepted her. They're taking care of her. Like, they're okay.
Yeah,
I would say that if
She's Mork. Thank you. It just came up in the chat. That's what
She's
I said.
Mork. Yeah.
I would say if I feel like I can't help but try to think ahead of where the arcs for some of these characters, and I feel like, is her arc going to be something happens and she's like a Manchurian candidate and
Just turns on.
turns on, and this extremely happy-go-lucky character turns into
Skyline.
this antagonist that has to be overcome and brought back to her senses or something. But as the episodes go on, I don't think I could even trust my headcanon, my wildest thoughts of what I feel like we're being presented.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, more hijinks. More instead of painting the floor, they decide to use a little beam. That's cute. So, anyways, we get our good old main character Caleb, and seeing that he has eyes for our resident Beta Z, Tarima, right? So that is our couple.
Yeah.
It's Romeo and Juliet. He's on the balcony though.
Yeah. I like these characters in I find okay, I'm having trouble restraining my thoughts. I've been fairly positive with this show, especially in how they present who could be considered a very annoying character in Caleb, because once again, extremely handsome, seems like he's almost good at everything, a little bit too competent, right? And has this reckless behavior that is seemingly ignored by every single authority figure. But he's at least kind of presented as a somewhat serious character. Once again, that underlying level of seriousness. This episode did not help him whatsoever at all. In terms of the facial reactions, they made him look goofy as hell.
I don't really mind this thing. If you remember, they're 18-year-old kids. Don't really care about it. It's just
Is he 21?
He's 21, yeah.
In this the character's 21?
The character's 21.
The character's 21, yeah.
Okay. All right.
He is. Yeah, his character is 21.
There should be a level of maturity, or at least, I don't know. It seems like they bring everyone down to certain levels based upon the episode. It's just
that's totally true.
Okay, so we have another meeting.
Mark, in our sense.
They have another meeting, and I believe at this point she's given a deadline. She's given the mandate to delve deeper and figure out exactly what makes the organics tick, which leads her to the confronting the unexplainable course. So we see a little bunch of Easter eggs here. We have the portal from the city of Edge of Tomorrow, and what's the Strange New World episode? These fine captains, or these fine. Forget the name of the episode, but
those
the one with these
old scientists.
Old scientists, yes. Where it's Strange New Worlds and the Lower Decks a crossover. And we're presented what is going to be the focus of this episode, which is the fate of Benjamin Sisko, emissary of the prophets. It asks, did he die in the fire caves of Bajor? Did he live in the celestial temple? I do like that they present him as this larger than life character and explain away the fact that we never see his face, because he's been elevated so high as a deity that Bajorans no longer really, uh, paint him or showcase his image because he's been elevated to such a high level. Also, it's just a cheap way that Paramount doesn't pay characters for their likeness. So let's let's call it what it is too.
Can you bring up Xenocor's last comment, please?
Alrighty. Try not to accidentally
Oh, this one?
Okay.
Yes, this is my point.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you saying nobody that mature at 21. I was with enough E1s in the Air Force to know that. Even the Air Force Academy is full of kids, and I buy that. Once you mix up 21-year-old guys and women, look out. The reasoning and rationale is gone.
I would like to counter that with I was a mom at 21 and I was mature at 21.
Yeah, but you were very mature, Ashley. That's a
Look, I think, Ashley, you had to be mature because of the
Yes.
situation that you were in, right? Caleb,
I'm sure I could have. Yeah.
Caleb, in the instance that they presented to us, right, where he's biting off people's ears, and
exactly.
you would expect a level of maturity, or at least I would feel that he was a little bit separated from the group and their happy-go-lucky, kind
But
of.
I also think he was sort of robbed of a teenage life, because he was always on the run or fighting. So anyway,
Okay, Adam.
Okay, we're getting into a whole conversation here. Men are children until at least 25. Let's just be honest. Some are much older than 25 too.
I would love to see that struggle presented on screen, right? Once again, we're trying to fill in gaps of things that should be presented and more of a focus on, as opposed to a whoopee cushion joke, for example.
Oh yes, which is coming, by the way.
Yeah, which is coming.
Yeah.
Okay. We're presented to was it Illyra? Iltia? Let's see. Her name is
Ilya or Ilya.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Ilya. Yes. Played by someone that looks vaguely familiar. Yeah. And kind of presents the idea that one can just jump into a class in the middle of the semester.
Are you being sarcastic on the vaguely familiar? Are you going to share?
I am being sarcastic.
Okay.
That's honey news to everyone.
Yes.
I figured that if she was gonna show up, they were gonna do more. This seems too obvious. A little too obvious. But she presents Sam with the mission, kind of leads her in the direction of making a deal of solving the mystery of the Cisco to get into the class. And she takes it on because she's very passionate about it. Does anyone know what it says in the back? So the background says subspace divergent fields, and then the other one says alternative, and I don't know what it says.
Let me make this full screen. I'll see if I can see what it says.
I was believing that it might be continuums, but I don't think the words line up.
No, I can't see that.
Yeah. Oh well. It continues on. We go into our credits. We have
9
our mission.
minutes, by the way, that was only 9 minutes.
9 minutes. 40 minutes for
Jesus.
9 minutes. We'll speed up a little bit. So
Yes.
we get the Benjamin Sisko picture book that she's using for our research. Because this is serious academics we're talking about here. Right? And she's working with the entire crew. obviously everyone has their different theories about what's going on. Their theories about what being an emissary or what Cisco really means. Bounces back and forth. And then a bright idea occurs because it's suggested, why don't we ask some Bajorans? Mina's with a Bajoran. The Bajoran checks her paw. She does the same in kind. Supposedly her paw is strong. Sure. Sure.
How did she even have it if she's photonic?
Yeah. Not a good look.
A very funny conversation going on in the chat, guys, right
now. Okay, you all are gonna have to handle the chat for me because I won't be.
I can't. Ashley's got the power, right? I don't.
Okay, sorry, Ashley.
It's all right. I mean,
so start it. So nobody else has tried to solve the mystery of the Cisco.
Well, yeah.
That's by EJR87R. So nobody else has tried to solve the mystery of the Cisco. You think the first step would have been, hey, let's look to see if I can look up the research of the last person that tried to delve into this mystery.
Maybe it was all lost in the burn or something.
Isn't that convenient?
Again, we're guessing, right?
Yeah, we're trying to fill it in. At the same time, one question: why was there never the thought to go to Bajor?
What?
Because she's a hologram. They could transport a hologram across the galaxy.
Yes.
I would imagine that on Bajor they wouldn't want to solve the mystery. If they think of him as a full god in this way, in this time, I feel like they don't want to know.
Probably
fair.
Right. I also think, you start wondering, when they in Next Gen, when they started separating the ship and then found it too expensive to continuously do.
Yeah.
Is it too much money to send the saucer section into space?
Well, wouldn't they not have to do that? They could just transport Sam to Bajor. She can go to the museum herself. She can possibly interact with the orb. Like,
they could have, but didn't. Let's go on this train wreck.
Yeah.
So she talks.
Oh, okay. Now we get the second train wreck in the episode, starting now.
Well, first she has the conversation with the Chancellor, who was on Bajor. So she gives a little bit of insight and kind of directs her to the path that she should be really focusing on, or what the show wants her to focus on, which is not the answer to the question, but what does the question mean to her, or in relation to what she's feeling and thinking. So it's always nice to see that the Chancellor is kind of in the loop of what ultimately is going on, but is not going to spell it out for people because people got to learn. But we're introduced to the subplot of the episode, which is the power goes out. So she has to go talk to the Chancellor to the War College, who is sweating and has this holographic water sequence that she investigates. It seems that there is another was an ambassador or another ruler from a different culture.
Did you even care to follow this?
This was absolutely boring.
Yeah. Actually, bring it. There it is.
Here, this is. I couldn't stand the adult storyline in this episode. Beyond pointless. 1,000% agree.
We don't even. Really,
yeah. I don't even remember what it was about because I tuned it out because
they lost me here. They lost me right.
Like I could not tell you what this was about. I was not paying attention. It was awful. I was trying.
Alpharat, Alphatari is supposed to be like an academy that's off-world that is respected, and the War College is going to be hosting them. So he has to heat up a section, a body of water for that academy's protectors that they take wherever they go. Which, the Chancellor goes, what happens if they need protection on land? And it's never answered. Basically, this entire sequence of events.
See, I didn't even listen to you describe it.
I will summarize it. You know what? Ultimately, I'll summarize it. It's a way to get the War College and Starfleet Academy to be on better speaking terms after the team episode. That's basically it. The entire thing of this subplot is just that. Right? And I'll show you the pictures. We'll go through it quickly. They're talking back and forth. She says she's going to help him. Yada, yada. So Sam goes to the Cisco Museum that can virtually appear anywhere. And she starts reading up on the history. We see a little bit of old memorabilia.
This was cool. This is like,
Yeah.
Yep. And then she would like to know more, which I had to take that screenshot.
Yeah.
And we see Jake. Oh, sorry, not Jake yet. We see more elements like the typewriter, baseball. We see
Niners
the orb.
hat. The Niners hat's there too.
Yeah, Niners hat's there too. I don't know what would be in the back there. I don't believe we ever get to see it. But we see the orb, or what is like is a stand-in for the orb. But the way that they communicate, they say that the actual physical orb is there at the museum.
Right.
I don't.
The actual
museum.
In New Orleans, I don't
No,
know that I believe.
No, yeah, New Orleans.
New Orleans. I don't know that Bajor would allow that orb to be taken off planet. That seems.
It seemed weird. So once again, why didn't she just go to New Orleans?
Yeah, like she could teleport to New Orleans. Why the virtual museum? Yeah. Like, it's a cool idea.
It is a very cool idea. This is where I got confused because I'm like, oh, why didn't she just go to Bajor? No. Why didn't she just go to New Orleans?
Yeah, this museum is in New Orleans. Yeah. They said it in the episode.
Yeah. She talks to the orbs, so she questions herself and her mission. Blah blah blah. We see the family tree of the Cisco, and we see that Jake got married and had 2 kids. Right?
Yes.
I couldn't tell who it was, but it seems like they put everyone's name as Cisco there, which is weird.
I didn't notice. I was looking, but I didn't see. I don't know if it's there. What about the second kid? Why is everyone ignoring the fact that Cisco had another child with Cassidy?
It's not listed there.
Never mentioned. It is not listed. And then when they go on and on about how great of a father Cisco was, if they still don't know what happened to him, obviously he didn't go back to raise the second child that he just left to go off to be in the temple. Like, are we just ignoring the fact that he had another child?
And the fact that Jake never corrects.
Never.
Or who were later revealed to be connected to Cisco to correct the museum to include that child.
Yeah, well, here. So Worldmind says miscarriage?
Still. Which miscarriage, how would that work? I guess if you're a being that's like not following linear time, did the miscarriage, like the kid is miscarriage and not at the same time? But anyways, we're not thinking about that. We get appearance with Jake Cisco and does a a couple of speeches in this episode that's pretty good.
I loved
Sirach
this.
Lofton, he was fantastic, I find.
Yeah,
He was
I loved it.
the best part of the episode.
Yes,
I would say
loved
second
it.
best part of the episode, and I'll tell you what the best part.
The ending?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and there's an awe that's there. It's a great rousing speech, you know, and she continues having a conversation with Ilya where she doesn't necessarily answer questions, but then directs Sam to other questions. Obviously, we need to debate on this for a little bit. Adam, are you a tomatoes and gumbo person or not?
Sure. Yes.
Ashley?
Yes.
Yes. I am not. I'm not a tomatoes and gumbo person. I love these shots. The sets look great, but once again, you can have the best looking sets in the world if the content where the actors are working with are subpar, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So once again, we're introduced to tomatoes, and you know how important food is. So Sam takes that as an opportunity to feed her friends, and everyone digs in. I assume there's no meat in this gumbo.
Then it's not real gumbo.
Because how would Jaden eat it then? Because he doesn't question if it was hunted and killed. Just saying. If the show's providing logic or statements of where things are supposed to land, and then the next episode doesn't even stay true to certain ideals, guys, what are we doing? Right? So Caleb gets involved and starts messing with Sam's programming, changing the color of her hair, giving her an extra sweater, having her hear music. Fun gag. Moving on, she gives Jaden Racticino, which he quickly spits out. Good attempt, though. We're introduced that there is the launch pad is where Cisco got into a fight in his academy days, but now they have a new bar on the same part, and they have cadet nights every Friday, so they're gonna go. Once again, she has another meeting. This time she's given a deadline, so time's running out. She has a week. We get this sequence. We're going to just skip over it. It's not important. We're just going to skip over it. Look, if Dave next week wants to talk about it, he can. We're skipping over it.
Okay? Yeah.
Well, again, like the fart jokes and stuff like that, I don't need them.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Like, we didn't learn anything. War College doesn't trust Starfleet.
And guys, do you
and we already know that.
Yeah.
Like the character Jet Reno is not what she was on Discovery. She was the best part of Discovery. One of them.
That's because in Discovery, she was the only one that had that sort of sarcastic wit and that attitude. And this show, they all have that, and it's too much. It works when there's one or two of them. It worked in It worked in Voyager for the Doctor because it was him, and everyone else was straight. But in this, everyone is a fucking caricature. Yep.
Okay, Port of San Francisco, you know, everyone comes in wearing their varsity jackets. So Caleb changes her programming, which great trust of organics to just mess with your programming like that. That's makes absolute sense to what this character is dealing with. So she has an option to get drunk based upon how many shots. So, of course, she goes to 12 shots immediately and is presented as being drunk. War College and Starfleet bump heads again. Look like they're going to rumble in the club. We got Vulcan looking, sour and then Kyle.
Oh.
One Kyle.
I released Kyle.
Kyle's like, great jackets, right? And everyone questions what's up with Kyle. I would love to, like, once again, I would love if there's more to Kyle than just this. I like different layers, but once again, I can't trust. I'm thinking ahead. And I feel like I'm gonna be disappointed. So tension's good high. Everyone's given a shot to kind of cool their heads.
Oh yeah, because alcohol does that every time.
Bar scene lasted too long. By EJR87R.
Yeah,
I agree.
Worldmind also agrees. Way too long.
All it needs to establish is that Sam gets drunk. Sam parties. Sam gets the couples together, or at least pushes the couples, which we see here with Caleb and Tamara, and then Kyle and Jaden. Right? We're skipping this again.
Hold on. Xenocore's comment. I leave Kyle alone. I love Kyle. I think Kyle's hilarious.
No, Kyle is.
I like Kyle too.
Yeah.
Kyle's the only one from the War College I like.
Yes, he doesn't belong in the War College, which is why we like him.
I think he absolutely belongs in the War College. The interesting thing that we need to learn is why he's there.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
That's
in 5 episodes they're gonna give Kyle an episode.
At this point, I kind of wish we do a Kyle episode.
Yes, okay. Why not?
Why not? We're skipping over this. So he sits down, it farts, people laugh. Yay. Okay. And he gets angry. He walks off. Okay. Caleb and Tamar get together, they kiss. Fight break. Sam is drunk. And then she gets angry.
No, she goes dancing first, then she gets angry.
I skipped over the dancing. We already got dance sequences.
Isn't it?
Sorry?
I think the dancing's now. Like she gets on the floor.
She gets up and then dances, but then there's a fight that happens and she punches.
She punches this girl.
Yeah.
And then
once again, I skipped over the fight. You don't need to know. The doctor then meets up.
They fight every episode. We've seen it.
Yes. The fight. The
look at Worldmind's comment.
What is it?
Kyle has a Billups-like backstory. I love that. Yes.
Yep.
That would be great.
Yeah, that's why Kyle is great, because Billups also great.
Right. Sam's still drunk. Caleb goes and fixes her. The doctor then reprimands her. And during this sequence, I enjoyed it because, like, once again, we have Sam's mission and we have Doctor's perspective. And, like, I wish we had more. The episode should have been more of this, right? And delving into what pain the Doctor has experienced, because he seems, by this whole conversation, kind of worn. Right? Mm-hmm. Like he has baggage that he's dealing with, and he kind of brushes her off a little bit, saying that he's just disappointed. I thought this was one of the better scenes, and it's so short that it's somewhat embarrassing. Anyways, they make up. They're now friends. Cool. Alrighty. I'm sorry, folks. I'm skipping over that subplot. Sam goes and talks to the teacher, details what she knows, feels that she's struggling still and unable to kind of understand exactly what she's supposed to get out of this. Ilya presents Jake Sisko's book that seemed to have never been published and has disappeared. So Sam goes ahead and is given it, and goes ahead and reads it, and magically, Jake shows up, and it seems like she is conceptualizing Jake speaking to her, but then actually Jake sits down and starts talking to her and answering her questions. And it's a beautiful conversation. I think this is the second best one. The first one was great. This one was better, and the last piece was the best. And Sam does show some emotion, talks about, you know, obligation and, you know, finding your own way and what you might have to do doesn't necessarily mean you do it a specific way. You can find your own way, and you know how important his family is and what love was important to Cisco. And it's a beautiful sequence. You know, Sam starts to cry.
Well,
Sorry?
He's aged well.
He's aged damn well. Damn well. He's not this skinny. He's not the skinny kid anymore. He looks good. All right.
He can still act.
Do you think they gave him like the bald head in nod to his father, or he? I wonder. There's not.
That might just be what he looks like.
Yeah,
I think it's a good look for him.
it is a good look.
Good look.
Yeah, that's just him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it Avery Brooks probably told him, you know, do it, you know, bring out the hawk. Right? She cries a little bit. He comforts her. She closes the book with a new perspective. We learn that Ilya has spots, right? And you know, she asked the question. She is a Trill, and she is the Dax. And this is where Dave would play, who's Dax? We're presented with that. And, you know, the Trill symbiote has lasted through the burn and is right there at the college. So we have a recurring character connecting Deep Space Nine to Starfleet Academy.
I didn't realize that they lived that long.
Is there a time? Is there a certain length of time for the symbiote? I know the hosts, yes, but not the symbiotes, right?
Oh, okay, so it seems like they typically live for over 550 years, with some rare instances exceeding 800 years.
That is a stretch for Dax then.
But yeah, because Dax was already over 300 years old on Deep Space Nine.
Did she get preserved? Like,
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah, maybe. Or she went to the celestial temple and then reemerged, you know, hundreds of years later, post burn.
Or maybe they figured out a way to extend their lifespan in the last 900 years or whatever.
Will it ever be brought up? I don't know.
Probably not. This is the little nitpicky things I like to look for.
But it's an interesting concept that you kind of wish that we would focus on, as opposed to some of the other things like whoopee cushions in the future.
Well, according to Worldmind, we've got 5 seasons coming of this. It'll come up. Don't worry, we're gonna be okay. We'll get there.
Look, I'll give my final thoughts at the end. But Sam declares her position, kind of tells her, "I'm going to do it my way." You know, then we got the freeze frame kind of thing with her friends, you know, walking. And, you know, there's dancing. Kyle and Jaden. Sam does her monologue. And then we get the high five ending with the wonderful Avery Brooks speech, which is beautiful, and I wish it was associated with a better episode. And they let us know that this episode was for Avery. To which, when I saw this, I'm like, wait, no. And I went and looked up to see if he was still alive. Because I'm like, did I miss that he passed away or something?
Yeah, I thought that too, Jaemeel.
Yeah. So, having done, a review of the episode, how do you feel? Do you feel better?
I feel the same.
You feel the
I
same?
think that if they were going to do a Deep Space Nine tribute, it could have been done in the style of Deep Space Nine, and
Yeah.
a little more, I don't want to say serious, but serious. And I just don't think they paid the homage it deserved by doing it this way.
I could agree with that. I understand. Once again, we are tackling a subject that the series is not prepared to do a good job presenting. Right now, you're still introducing characters. You're getting the feel of the show. You're establishing a tone, and this was way too early for something like that.
Yeah.
I like the ambition. It's great, but you kind of have to. This is where a proper showrunner coming in and go, "This is a great idea. We might have to postpone this to season 2." Right? Or let's take some elements of it. It's a Sam episode. Let's get rid of the childish writing. The Doctor Sam seems to have a lot of meat on the bone there. Let's investigate that. Let's delve deep into that. Right? We didn't get that. We didn't get that whatsoever, and I think it's a missed opportunity.
I think that Xenocore's got a great comment here, and for our age group, it's absolutely true.
Yes, he says
wishing any older Trek showrunners to run like the old Trek is a pipe dream. We're aged out by the demographic, and listen, I'm all for extending the franchise by getting a new group of fans. But it doesn't stop us from being very critical of it either. So
yeah.
I guess I'm playing the Jody role. I don't buy that as a reason, because you don't have to present something or follow the old tropes of a previous show. What we're asking for and what we have an issue with is just competent storytelling, right?
But they can do it. They did it last week.
They can. But once again, this isn't, well, I did one episode, so this series is great kind of thing. You have to string them together. It isn't, these shows are not going to be watched just one episode at a time. The vast majority of new people that are going to be watching this show is going to be binging it. They're going to wait till the season's over, right? And they're going to hit this wall, right?
And I always say, guys, we don't have 26 episodes anymore. We have 10.
Yes.
And you cannot waste them.
Correct. I agree wholeheartedly. This is where we would do the ratings.
Well, where we do fun facts, but I don't have any. But I will share this with you tonight, because there's actually, just looking at IMDb. IMDb started with a rating of 6, and it's now at 6.1 in our hour, or a little over an hour since we've been on. But some of the comments that I'm reading here, episode 5 did not disappoint. Now it tops as the far worst so far. Right on target. The show aims for the gutter and nails it. That's one comment. Go ahead.
I have a fun fact. Supposedly, the Maker, I don't know who Maker is, but there was a voice called the Maker. It's listed as Chiwetel Ejiofor, who played he was in 12 Years a Slave. He was in Serenity.
Yeah.
He is in Kinky Boots, playing the main character. A very well-known and great actor. I don't know what role the Maker was, but it's listed as that he did that role, which is interesting.
Starfleet
Academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have the
The ratings?
ratings workbook. I'm
Can I
just
just read
not
one
sure
more?
how.
You want
I
to just give a
do.
really
I'm just
short one?
not
I'm
sure
gonna
how
give it
to
To share? You could share screen and then share the window.
How do I?
Hey, while you're doing that, I'm going to read one
Yeah,
very
I don't know.
positive
How do I
comment
do
about
that?
this.
Present. I guess you can present.
You guys hear me?
Oh, you know what? You know what? I need to remove. I'll stop my share screen, and then maybe you'll have the option to now.
Here, Jaemeel, I'll just send it to you.
Okay.
Okay, while you're doing that, let me read one very positive comment that somebody has
If I can.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
I can.
All right. While you're doing that, let me give a positive comment that is written on here. 10 out of 10. I keep saying that this is very much in the vein of Lower Decks. If you love that, you'll love this. Reaction?
Wait.
I was waiting for something.
I understand. I can comprehend maybe people feeling positive about the episode. The 10 out of 10 aspect, okay, sure. I know people who also feel like things are really either great or it's really bad. But if you like Lower Decks, you would like this episode. I think that's really far off base.
I agree with you.
I love Lower Decks, and I just like this episode.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
And they're also saying here, I also enjoy the friendship chemistry of the main cast projects when the mentoring role of Chancellor Aki is playing, very much in the style of Ted Lasso. Again, that's not her job. I don't like that personally.
Okay. Do you have the ratings link?
Jaemeel, you are already an editor in there, so I can't send it to you. So I just linked it in our group chat.
Okay.
Like I put the link in there
in the private chat for StreamYard.
For TNG, like our Facebook group chat.
Okay.
Because you're already listed as an editor, so I guess you just didn't save it.
I never do. I never do.
When Dave originally sent it out, I guess you didn't. His and Jody's scores are already in there.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
And I can probably tell you what Kevin's is. He didn't tell me his score, but I'm sure I have it correct.
Okay, let's see if I have it. Okay. Sorry, I have to bring up the actual window. Oh, I recently got my computer up and working, but of course, it never wants to work properly. Ugh.
Yeah, mine is being ridiculously slow tonight.
Okay. Starfleet Academy. Hold on. Sorry, folks. See, this is part of the great thing of live television or live podcasting. Starfleet Academy episode ratings. Okay. Oh, shoot. I just saw the ratings. Wow. That's fantastic. Let's not see how many percentage I have left in my rating. Okay, let's see. Okay.
Actually, there's another comment here that says if it had vomit in it and it made me vomit.
Okay.
Is that in our chat or is that?
No.
IMDb?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Look at the new comment though.
No, that isn't it.
Above -19 is too high.
Okay. This is why I'm not good at this. Okay, this one has to be it. Share. Okay, and there you go. Took me a bit.
There it is.
Okay. Alrighty. So Dave and Jody both gave an impressive 2.0.
I don't even think Dave has ever done that before.
I've seen Dave give low scores.
But 2?
I feel like he's. If I go back and look at season 2 of Discovery, he's probably got some 2s in there. He really hated
Well,
that.
okay, that was before my time.
I'm gonna give this a 4. And people might think that is way too high, but if you go back through my history in terms of rating, I never really rate this low. So
yeah.
Ashley?
Okay. I'm going to tell you my score, and then I'm going to tell you why that's my score. I'm going to give it a 3. And the reason I'm giving it a 3 is 1 for the Ciscos, 2 for Dax, and 3 for the fact that they used the theme song at the very end of the episode.
Yes.
That we got that Deep Space Nine theme. I love that theme. That is the ringtone on my phone. I love that theme. I was excited to hear it. It gets a 3. Everything Starfleet Academy related, 0.
Okay.
You have to hide me. Oh, there I am.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty high in the last episode. I find that I was low, surprisingly low in comparison to the 10s and 9s that were there.
Kevin and I really liked that last episode.
Oh, it was a great episode. I wish we had an hour and a half to talk about that because that was, I missed that.
Yeah.
But, okay, yeah. I'm going to, Ashley, you talked into me going a little higher. I'm going to match you with a 3.
For those 3 things, all because Deep Space Nine is amazing.
Yes.
What was it before? Was it a 2?
It was a 1.
What? Oh.
I can guarantee you, Kevin's a 0. I can guarantee you.
Oh. It was so okay. Let's just go 3 for me. I'm good. Worldmind's a 5, by the way. He gave us a 5 in the chat there.
And then we'll have to see what Heather. I can't wait till Heather.
She hasn't watched it yet.
I'm excited to see what Heather has in store in terms of her ratings because it is a journey from episode 1 to episode 5.
Well, she does them all together. It'd be interesting to watch them all together.
So the average is 2.7, and you said IMDb was at 6.1 at this point.
Yeah.
So the combined rating is 4.4, which is the weakest episode of the season.
IMDb only gave. We got to check that for last week, though. Let me check last week's episode.
It could have because we did it earlier.
It could have changed. Yeah, so it changed. It tends to change.
Yeah. Just give me a second, Jaemeel.
Not a problem.
That was the score at the time last week.
Yeah.
Do we know what next episode is about? Did we see a trailer about it?
No, I don't. No, I don't usually look for that. I'm waiting for the Genesis episode. I really like Genesis. I want some backstory on Genesis.
Yeah.
It's 6.3 now on IMDb for last week.
Oh, so it's still 6.3. Yeah. Surprisingly. I know it's going to be tough following IMDb because the series is getting review bombed.
Yeah.
So episode 6 doesn't even have a name yet on IMDb.
They said that the last episode, previous episode 4, was supposed to be the starting point of the good episodes that are coming.
Yeah, I blame Chris.
That narrative kind of hit a roadblock with this episode.
You know what?
Absolutely.
If Worldmind's still listening to us, what the hell? You said that in our chat, and you were completely wrong. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think it's going to be like the movies, and it's going to be like every other week. Every other one is good.
Well, we've got 5 left. We're halfway there.
Yeah. Do you feel more positive or about the series than when you were after the first 2 episodes?
I wasn't negative.
I was very positive after the first 2 episodes.
I was even positive after the third one, and the fourth one came back. This one, okay, I'm gonna write this up. This is the one bad one. Now you got to take it home now.
This is the code of honor? This is the code of honor episode?
I don't even consider this.
This is the code of honor.
I don't even consider this one the worst of the 5.
You think the 3 is?
Yeah, I gave that a 1.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever.
All
right. No. All the stupid pranks and it was terrible. I hated it.
I thought that episode was a necessary evil in terms of you doing a teen show. You do that like get the group together episode out of the way early. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. We're getting this out of the way. Let's kind of, let's move on from that.
I enjoy teen shows. I'm 40, almost 42 years old. I still watch teen shows. I still like them. They don't have to be worst writing and the worst acting you've ever seen. And that's what that episode was. It was hard to watch.
I can't disagree with that.
It was way too busy.
And
I don't like teen shows, by the way.
I am willing to give shows and stuff the benefit of the doubt. I am a YA reader. So an avid YA reader, sad to say. But I need to see some direction, and headcanon only goes so far. You kind of have to put ideas to page, to film, and we need to see some progress in terms of the overall story and the world building that's there. So until that happens, my ratings are going to reflect that. Anything else?
No. Let's move on.
No.
Okay. Wow, we did this it still took an hour and a half. That first bit took 40 minutes though. 9 minutes took 40 minutes to kind of go through.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to thank everyone. Thank you all for coming in and supporting. Worldmind, we missed you. Dave, we missed you as well. But thankfully, Ashley, Adam, you two are wonderful and great, and you did a lot of heavy lifting.
And thanks to everybody in the comment. Great comments tonight, guys. They were very fun and engaging. So thank you.
Yeah. I apologize if I had my setup a little bit better. I would have been more attuned to what was happening in the comments. Folks who commented, please keep with it. We will read it. We will look at it. And we'll try to respond the best way we can. All right. What's coming up next? Next week we have what episode? What episode of TNG?
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know either. I haven't been on it in ages. I don't know. What episode was last one? There's a great episode of TNG coming up next week, guys. Join us.
Last episode was Captain's Holiday, I believe, with Bash, and Heather was on it. And
oh, right, yes, because we were making jokes in the. Okay, let me find what the next episode is.
Here, I'm looking too. Actually, who gets it first?
Next week is Tin Man.
Oh, I'm on Tin Man.
Tin Man.
The Enterprise reaches out to an alien being while dancing around with the Romulans who want to attack
love
it
Tin
in an
Man. I think it was a
attack
great
of
episode.
vengeance.
My rating will be high. I can tell you this. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, Tin Man's good.
Folks, join us as we, review Tin Man. We rewatch it. So it's a perfect opportunity. Get your Paramount Plus accounts. Get your TNG episodes from your DVD. Go to your local library. If you don't have, Next Generation, see if they have the DVDs or even the VHSs or whatever they're present. Go check it out. Join us. Watch the episode, and then come watch the show live. Hit us with the comments, and then we'll respond. It's back and forth. It's not just us here on the panel. It's also you that makes these shows. And then we'll be back next week on Thursday for another episode of Starfleet Academy. This one I will not be attending because I will be on my honeymoon. So,
congratulations. Oh yeah, you just got married. Congratulations.
Well, I'm going to get married on Sunday.
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 Sunday. So I'll be enjoying
Yeah.
that.
Throw this up to say hi.
Yay!
Thank you, wonderful host from North America. Time to lunch just south of Okinawa, future home of the Sung Institute.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us from the other side of the world.
Yes. Yeah, live long and prosper. What? Okinawa. That's awesome. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you join us again. So we're gonna wrap things up. You gotta look for the outro, and it's somewhere there. Oh yeah. Yeah, Tin Man episode. Is this? Yeah. Next episode is the Tin Man. I should have just looked it up. Alrighty. And everyone, thank you for joining us. And please, I messed up. Live long and prosper. And see you next time.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And take a peek into the darkness with Heard Noise, Must Investigate with Michael Chan. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mater Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.